What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DJ LiftOFF with the JP way, and you don't want to miss this flight. In this video, I'm going to be showing you all how you can scratch and transition out of any track by using 3 simple things. Those things are going to be the echo effect, the stems feature, as well as the baby scratch. Now I'm going to be showing you all how you can do this technique 2 different ways. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the first example, break it down, then we'll go over the second example.
First love, hard time, damn you damaged me. You try, I try, we both felt everything. Thought that I could wait for you. Maybe
So there we have our first example. As you can see, we used the stems feature here by just pressing the stems button, and then I echoed out the instrumental using this button here. Then we just used a combination of the echo effect as well as the baby scratch. Now in both of the examples that I'm going to show you, it may even be 3 examples, we're just focused on the last 4 bars before the transition. So you could have 8 bars, 16 bars, however long you're blending those tracks before the actual transition. Again, in this video, we're just focused on the last 4 bars just to make the video not too long. So before we dive deeper in how to actually do this particular transition, I want to make sure that you're using the right types of tracks. Now, the track that you're actually scratching out of, that can be any track. However, in this more simplified version, before we go over the more complex version, in this version, you want to use a track that has an intro without any vocals or any talking over it. Now, I'm kind of a hypocrite because you can hear a little bit of talking in the 24 song by T.I. However, it's not too much talking that I think it clashes with the other track. However, as you're practicing this, you definitely want to try to use tracks that have straight instrumental before the actual song drops. And when I say that, if I go ahead and play this track, we have 4 bars. Again, you can hear a little bit of talking here, but we have 4 bars before the actual track drops. 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So right there, that's where we actually want the track to come in, but we just have straight instrumental pretty much before that. So in both examples, you first want to make sure that you have your stems features enabled, or if you're using a Rain 4 or a Flex 10 or something of that nature, you might have dedicated stems buttons already on the controller. So definitely use it how you see fit, whichever is easiest for you. So again, over here, we're focused on only the last 4 bars. So I have 4 bars of intro. Of course, again, there's a little bit of talking, but let's just pretend this is just straight instrumental. And then over here, we're actually going to be soloing the vocal, and then we're going to scratch out of it. So if I play this side first, essentially, again, last 4 bars, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3. So right when we get to that 3rd bar, beat 1, that's when we're going to actually go ahead and echo out the instrumental. So we're just left with the vocal. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4. So now we're on this 4. This is going to be a little bit different depending on the song you're using, but essentially all you want to do is you want to find a vocal that you can pull your platter back on, and then essentially we're just going to go forward with a baby scratch, a fast baby scratch, slow baby scratch, fast baby scratch, slow baby scratch. And when I say that, sometimes you'll have some vocals in between here. So as long as you're grabbing a vocal between, I would say the 3rd bar, 3rd beat, and the 4th bar, 1st beat, you want to be grabbing a vocal somewhere in between there. And essentially all you're doing is this.
thought that I could wait for you. Maybe.
So as you can see there, I'm letting that vocal first play. Again, this could be anywhere in between this section here. This is going to be the 4th bar, beat 1. So we're letting it play first.
Maybe.
We're grabbing the platter, pulling that back, and then we're just doing fast and slow babies. And as we do that baby scratch, we're just going to enable our echo effect, and that's also going to be on beat 1. And as you can see, my depth is a little bit below 50% here. So all we're going to do is this.
Thought that I could wait for you. Maybe.
So let's go ahead and do that one more time as we walk through it. Again, this is just focused on the last 4 bars. So you could be using an 8-bar intro, you could be using a 16-bar intro. However, when you're doing the transition, you want to focus on these last 4 bars. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4. Just like that. As you can see, I made sure that I faded this completely out before this actual song dropped. Again, you want full instrumental, and then you just want to line it up. So again, on that 5th bar, or technically after those 4 bars, when this song came in, I'm completely out of this song, and we still have that tail of the echo of that baby scratch still going on. Now in this second example, you can use any track that you like to transition into, because essentially we're going to be disabling that vocal first, and we're only going to be enabling it once we're actually bringing in the track. So if you want to transition into a song that does have a lot of talking at the beginning, or you want to transition in the middle, let's say like in the middle of a song where there's a chorus and you obviously don't want the vocals to clash, again, we're just going to disable that vocal first. Again, if you're in a different controller, just make sure you have the vocal not on, and then let me show you first, and then we'll go ahead and break it down.
But I've been doing everything just to wait for you. Keep thinking I can change for you. Probably not the same for you. Should I put the blame on you? Even though I'm not your man, you're not my girl.
Now, as you can see in this second example, the only difference was that we went ahead and enabled the vocal right as it came in. Now, you want to make sure that you actually enable the vocal perfectly on time. You don't want to do it too early so you catch unwanted vocals, or you don't want to do it too late as well. So for this particular song, the vocals actually come in right on that 4 and before the beat drops on the 5th bar, or before it starts over on that 1st bar. So if I go ahead and play right before here. So if I go ahead and take off the instrumental and just play the song. As you can hear there, we have even though. So that though is actually on the 1, but I want to make sure that I'm actually enabling this vocal at the even. So if we have it here again. Okay, so depending on the song that you're using, if the vocal starts on the 1, you just have to enable that vocal on the 1. If it starts an and, or maybe even an entire beat before that 1, you just want to make sure that you're enabling that vocal at the right time. Now on my other deck, I used a different part of this song so I could show you how you can scratch, pull that platter back on a different vocal. So if I go ahead and play that again on this side, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and. So as you can see there, we hit the instrumental echo again right on that 3. However, this time we have 3 and 2 and then right after that 3 and 2 and, I went ahead and pulled this platter back, and then we scratched here on this vocal instead. So I had to scratch a little bit longer, as you can see, because last time we were actually on the 4th bar over here on the 4th bar beat 1. But this just goes to show that you can scratch at different places and using different vocals. Again, after we did the scratch, we also enabled our echo effect with the beat value of 1. And then we went ahead and just echoed that out, or faded it out as far as the volume. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3. Fade that out. And then make sure that we actually go ahead and re-enable that vocal at the right time. Okay, if you do have any questions, make sure that you drop them in the comment section so I can get back to you. However, this is an easy way for you to be able to transition out of any vocal that you actually just soloed and made that a vocal on any track, whether that's an intro track with no vocals, or if you want to use any song that you like. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and press that like button. Also subscribe so you know the next time that I upload a video. Also make sure you hit the notification bell. And without further ado, I will catch y'all on the next flight.